Salam Whaatwaa family. Today. Hold on, let me get started. Let's do this again. Whaatwaa family, welcome back to the channel, man. It's your boy, Mr. Whaatwaa. Today. Hey, yo, skirt, man, check this out. Welcome back, guys. Hope you guys are doing good. We have another Quran reading we're about to get into. Right now, we're gonna read Surah Yusuf. I hope you guys can see that. We're gonna be reading the Surah Yusuf. I'm gonna go ahead and get straight into it. No holds accent, but remember, if this is your first time on the channel, make sure you go ahead and subscribe and join the Whaatwaa family. Also, before we get started, please put a like on this video. Yeah, we should be live. Oh yeah, we live. All right, let's get into it. Remember, if you want to join the Whaatwaa membership, there's a link in the description to join the Whaatwaa membership. There's 3 levels to it, so just pick the one that's best for you. Thank you guys so much, man. We've actually been reading the Quran very good. As you can see, like we're almost halfway through. So let's keep going, okay, guys? All right, remember, get your Qurans out. We're reading Surah Yusuf, which is Surah Yusuf. All right, let's get into it. In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. Alif Lam Ram. These letters are one of the miracles of the Quran, and none but Allah alone knows their meaning. These are the verses of the clear book, the Quran. Verily, we have sent it down as an Arabic Quran in order that you may understand. We relate to you, Muhammad, the best of the stories through our revelations to you of this Quran. And before this, you were among those who knew nothing about it. Remember when Yusuf, which is Joseph, said to his father, "O my father, verily I saw in a dream 11 stars in the sun and the moon. I saw them prostrating themselves to me." He, the father, said, "O my son, relate not your vision to your brothers, lest they should arrange a plot against you. Verily, Shaitan is to a man an open enemy. Thus will your Lord choose you and teach you the interpretation of dreams and other things, and perfect his favor on you and on the offspring of Jacob, as he perfected it on your fathers Abraham and Isaac aforetime. Verily, your Lord is all-knowing and all-wise." Verily, in Yusuf, which is Joseph, and his brethren, there were ayats for those who asked, when they said, "Truly Joseph and his brother Benjamin are dearer to our father than we, while we are Yuhab or Yusab, which is a strong group. Really, our father is in a plain error. Kill Joseph, or cast him out to some other land, so that the favor of your father may be given to you alone, and after that you will be a righteous folk." One from among them said, "Kill not Joseph, but if you must do something, throw him down to the bottom of the well. He will be picked up by some caravan of travelers." They said, Our father, why do you not trust us with Joseph, though we are indeed his well-wishers? Send him with us tomorrow to enjoy himself and play, and verily we will take care of him. He, Jacob, said, "Truly it saddens me that you should take him away. I fear lest a wolf should devour him while you are careless of him." They said, "If a wolf devours him while we are Yusuf, then surely we are the losers." So when they took him away, they all agreed to throw him down to the bottom of the well, and we revealed to him, "Indeed, you shall one day inform them of this their affair when they know you not." And they came to their father in a early part of the night weeping. They said, "O our father, we went racing with one another and left Yusuf, but our belongings and the wolf devoured him. But you will never believe us even when we speak the truth." And they brought his shirt stained with false blood. He said, "Nay, but your own selves have made up a tale. So for me, patience is most fitting. And it is Allah whose help can be sought against the lie which you describe." And there came a caravan of the travelers, and they set their water drawers, and he let down his bucket into the well. He said, "What a good news! Here is a boy. So they hid him as a merchandise, which is a slave. And Allah was all knower of what they did. And they sold him for a low price, for a few dirhams. And they were of those who regarded him insufficient. And he, the man from Egypt who bought him, said to his wife, make him stay comfortable. Maybe he will profit us, or we shall adopt him as a son. Thus did we establish Joseph in the land, and we might teach him the interpretations of events. And Allah has full power and control over his affairs, but most men know not. And when he, Joseph, attained his full manhood, we gave him his wisdom and knowledge. Thus we rewarded him the mushman. And she, in whose house he was sought to seduce him to the evil act, and she closed the doors and said, come on, O you. He said, I seek refuge in Allah. Truly he is my master. He made my living in a great comfort. The Zulaman will never be successful. And indeed she did desire him, and he would have inclined to her desire, but he not seeing the evidence of the Lord. Thus it was that we might turn away from him in evil and in illegal sexual intercourse. Surely he was one of our chosen guided slaves. So they raced with one another to the door, and she tore his shirt from his back. They both found her Lord at the door. She said, what is the recompense, which is punishment, for him who intended an evil design against your wife, except that he put it in prison or in painful torment? He, Joseph, said, it was she that sought to seduce me, and a witness of her household bore witness, saying, if it be that his shirt is torn from the front, then her tale is true, but he is a liar. But if it be the shirt is torn from the back, then she has told a lie, and he is speaking the truth. So when he, her husband, saw his Yusuf shirt was torn from the back, he, her husband, said, surely it is a plot of you, woman. Certainly mighty is your plot. O Joseph, turn away from this. O woman, ask for forgiveness for your sin. Verily you were of the sinful. And the woman in the city said, the wife of the Aziz is seeking to seduce her slave, young man. Indeed, she loves him violently. Verily, we see her in plain error. So when she heard of their accusations, she sent for them and prepared a banquet for them, and she gave each one of them a knife to cut for their footstep with. And thus said, Joseph, come out before them. Then when they saw him, they exhaled at his beauty, and in astonishment cut their hands. They said, how perfect is Allah! Or Allah forbid, no man is this. This is none other than a noble angel. She said, this is he, the young man, about whom you did blame me, and I did seek to seduce him, but to refuse. And now if he refuses to obey my order, he shall certainly be cast into prison, and will be one of those who are be disgraced. Wow. Be one of those who are disgraced. That's wow. Okay, let's keep going. Verse 33. He said, oh my Lord, prison is a dearer to me than that to which they invite me. Unless you turn away their plot from me, I will feel inclined toward them and be one of the ones who commit the sin and deserve the blame, or those who are the deeds of the ignorant. So this Lord answered his invocations and turned away from him their plot. Verily, he is the all-hearer and the all-knower. Then it occurred to them after that they had seen the proofs of his innocence to imprison him for a time, and that they entered with him two young men in the prison. One of them said, verily, I saw myself in a dream pressing wine. The other said, verily, I saw myself in a dream carrying the bread of my head, and birds were eating thereof. They said, inform us of the interpretation of this. Verily, we think you are the one of the mushmen, which is the doers of good. He said, no food will come to you as your provisions, but I will inform its interpretations before it comes. This is of what which my Lord has taught me. Verily, I have abandoned the religion of the people that believe not in Allah and are the disbelievers in the hereafter. And I have followed the religion of my father Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and never could we attribute any partners whatsoever to Allah. This is from the grace of Allah to us and to the mankind. But most of the men think not. On two companions of prisons, Oh, two companions of prisons are many different lords. Better, or Allah, the one that's irresistible. You do not worship besides him, but only names which you have named forged, you and your fathers, for which Allah has sent down no authority. The command of the judgment is for none but Allah. He has commanded that you worship none but he. That is the true straight religion, but most men know not. O the two companions of the prison, as for you, as one of you, he as a servant will pour out the wine for his Lord, which is the king or master, to the drink. And as for the other, he will be crucified, and the birds will eat from his head. Thus, in this case, judging concern which you both did not inquire. And he said to one whom he knew to be saved, mention me to your Lord. But Shaitan made him forget to mention it to his Lord, and made Joseph to forget the remembrance of Allah and to ask for his help instead of the others. So Joseph stayed in prison and a few more years. And the king of Egypt said, verily, I saw in a dream 7 fat cows, whom 7 lean ones were devouring, and the 7 green ear of the corns, and the 7 others dry. O notables, explain to me my dream, if it's that be that you can interpret my dreams. Whew. They said, mix up the false dreams, and that we are not skilled in the interpretations of dreams. Then the man who was released, one of the 2 who were in prison, now at the length remembered and said, I will tell you his interpretation, so send me forth. He said, O Joseph, the man of the truth, explain to us the dream of the 7 fat cows, who 7 lean ones were devouring of the 7 green ears of corn, and the 7 others are dry, and I may return to my people, and that you may know. Said, for 7 consecutive years you shall sow as usual, and that the harvest which you reap, you shall leave it in the ears, all except a little of it which you may eat. Then will come after that 7 hard years, which will devour what you have laid by in advance for them, all except a little of that which you have guarded, stored. Then thereafter will come a year in which the people will have abundant rain, and in which they will be pressed wine and oil. And the king said, bring him to me. But when the messenger came to him, Joseph said, return to your Lord and ask him what happened to the women who cut their hands. Surely my Lord Allah is all knower of their plot. The king said to the women, what was your affair when did see? Verse 51. The king said to the women, what was your affair when did seek to seduce Joseph? The women said, Allah forbid, no evil know we against him. The wife of Aziz said, now that the truth is manifested to all, it was I who sought to seduce him, and he is surely of the truthful. Then Joseph said, I asked for this inquiry in order that he may know that I betrayed him not in his absence, and verily Allah guides not the plot of the betrayers. And I free not him myself from the blame. Verily the human self is inclined to evil, except when my Lord bestows his mercy upon whom he wills. Verily my Lord is all forgiving, most merciful. And the king said, bring him to me, that I may attach him to my persons. Then when he spoke to him, he said, verily this day you are with us, high in rank and fully trusted. Joseph said, set me over the storehouses of the land. I will indeed guard them with full knowledge, as a minister of finance in Egypt. Thus we give full authority to Joseph in the land to take possessions therein, where he likes to, we bestowed, verse 56. Thus did we give full authority to Joseph in the land to take possession therein, when or where he likes. We bestow of our mercy on him. We will, and we may not be the loss of the reward of the mushroom. And verily, the reward of the hereafter is better for those who believe and used to fear Allah and keep their duty to him. And Joseph's brethren came, and they entered to him, and he recognized them, but they recognized him not. And when he had furnished them with their provisions, he said, bring me a brother of yours from your father. He meant Benjamin. So you not that I give full measure, and that I am the best of the host. Wow. If you bring him not to me, but shall be no measures of corn for you with me, nor shall you come near me. They said, we shall try to get permission from him, from his father, and verily we shall do it. And Joseph told his servants to put their money with which they had bought the corn into the bag, so that they might know it when they get back to their people, in order that they might not come again. So when they returned to their fathers, they said, "Oh, our father, no more measures of grain shall we get unless we take our brother. So send our brother with us, and we shall get our measure, and truly we will guard him." He said, "Can I entrust him to you except as I entrusted his brother Joseph to you aforetime? But Allah is the best to guard, and he is the most merciful of those who show mercy." And when they opened their bags, they found their money, and they've been returned to them. They said, "Oh, our father, what more can we desire? This is our money has been returned to us, so we shall get more food for our family. And we shall guard our brother," and added one more measure of a camel load. This quantity is easy for the king to give. Wow. He, Jacob, said, "I will not send him to you until you swear a solemn oath to me in Allah's name, and that you will bring him back to me unless you are yourself surrounded by enemies." And when they had sworn their solemn oath, he said, "Allah is the witness to what we have said." And he said, "O my sons, do not enter by one gate, but enter by different gates, and I cannot avail you against Allah at all. Verily, the decision rests only with Allah. In him I put my trust, and let those that trust put their trust in him." And when they entered according to their father's advice, it did not avail them in the least against of the will of Allah. It was but a need of Jacob's inner self, which he discharged. And verily he was endowed with knowledge, because we had taught him the most men know not. And when they went in before Joseph, he took his brother Benjamin to himself and said, "Verily I am your brother, so grieve not for what they used to do." So when he had furnished them forth with their provisions, he put the golden bowl in his brother's bag. Then a crier cried, "O you in the caravan, surely you are thieves." They turned towards them and said, "What it is that you have lost?" They said, "We have lost the golden bowl of the king, and for him who produces it, the reward of a camel load, and I will be bound by it." They said, "By Allah, indeed, you know that we came not to make mischief in the land, and we are no thieves." They, Joseph's men, said, "What then shall be the penalty of him if you are proven to be liars?" They, Joseph's brothers, said, "His penalty should be that he and in whose bag it is found should be held for the punishment of the crime. Thus we punish the Zolaman." So he, Joseph, began to search in their bags before the bag of his brother. Then he brought it out of his brother's bag. Thus did we plan for Joseph. He could not take his brother by the law of the king as a slave, except that Allah willed it. So Allah made the brother to bind themselves with their way of the punishment, enslaving of the thieves. We raise to degrees whom we will, but over all those endowed with knowledge and all-knowing is the all-knowing, which is Allah. They, Joseph's brother, said, "If he steals, there was a brother of his, Joseph, who did steal before him." But these things did Joseph keep in himself, revealing not the secrets to them. He said within himself, "You are in worst case, and Allah is the best knower of that which you describe." They said, "O ruler of the land, verily he has an old father whom will grieve for him, so take one of us in the place. Indeed, we think that you are one of the Mushrikeen." He said, "Allah forbid that we should take anyone but him with whom we found our property. Indeed, if we do so, we should be Zolaman." So when they despaired of him, they held a conference in the private, and the eldest among them said, "Know you not that your father did take an oath you in Allah's name, and before this you did fail in your duty with Joseph. Therefore I will not leave this land until my father permits me, or Allah decides my case by releasing Benjamin, and he is the best of the judges. Verse 81. Return to your father and said, O father, verily your son Benjamin has stolen, and we testify not except according to what we know, and we could not know the unseen. And ask of the people ask the people of the town where we have been, and the caravan in which we return. And indeed we are telling the truth. He, Jacob, said, Nay, but your own selves have been beguiled you into something. So patient is most fitting for me. Maybe Allah will bring them all back to me. Surely He is the all-knowing and all-wise. And he turned away from them and said, Alas, may grief for Joseph, and he has lost his sight because of the sorrow that he was suppressing. They said, By Allah, you will never cease remembering Joseph until you become weak with old age, or until you are beat of the dead. He said, I only comply of my grief and sorrow to Allah, and I know from Allah that which you know not. O my sons, go you and inquire about Joseph and his brother, and never give up hope of Allah's mercy. Certainly no one despairs of Allah's mercy except the people who disbelieve. Then when they returned to him, Joseph they said, O ruler of the land, a hard time has hit us and our family, and we have brought but poor capital, so pay us full measures and be charitable to us. Truly Allah does reward the charitable. He said, Do you know what you did with Joseph and his brother when you were ignorant? They said, Are you indeed Joseph? He said, I am Joseph, and this is my brother Benjamin. Allah has indeed been gracious to us. Verily, he who fears Allah with obedience to him and is patient, then surely Allah makes not the reward of the mushrik. They said, By Allah, indeed, Allah has preferred you to us, and we certainly have been sinners. Wow. He said, No approach on you to this day. May Allah forgive you, and He is the most merciful, and those who show mercy. Go with this shirt of mine and cast it over the face of the father. He will become clear-sighted, and bring to me all your family. And when the caravan departed, their father said, I do indeed feel the smell of Joseph. If only you think me not a dutar, a person who has weakness of mind because of old age. Okay. They said, By Allah, certainly you are in your old era. Then when the bearer of the glad tidings arrived, he cast it over his face, and he became clear-sighted. He said, Did I not say to you, I know from Allah that which you know not? They said, O our father, ask for forgiveness from Allah for our sins. Indeed, we have been sinners. He said, I will ask my Lord for forgiveness for you. Verily, only He is the all-forgiving, the most merciful. Then when they came in before Joseph, he took his parents to himself and said, Enter Egypt, if Allah wills, in security. And if it raised his parents to the throne, and they fell down before him prostrated, and he said, O my father, this is the interpretation of my dream aforetime. My Lord has made it come true. He was indeed good to me when he took me out of the prison and brought you all here, out of the bondun time or bondun life, after Shaitan had sworn enmity between me and my brothers. Certainly my Lord is the most courteous and kind to whom He wills. Truly only He is the all-knowing and all-wise. My Lord, you will indeed bestow on me of a severity and taught me something of the interpretation of dreams, and the only creator of the heavens and the earth. You are my wali in this world and in the hereafter. Cause to me to die as a Muslim. Whoa. And join me with the righteous. That is of the news of the Ghaib, which will reveal to you, O Muhammad. You were not present with them when they arranged their plan together, and while they were plotting. And most of the mankind will not believe, even if you desired it eagerly. And no reward you, O Muhammad. Acts of those who deny your prophethood for it in the Quran. is no less than a reminder and a advice to the element. And how many a sign in the heavens and the earth they pass by, while they are averse therefrom. And most of them believe not in Allah, except that they attribute partners to him. Do they then feel secure from the coming against them of the covering veil of the torment of Allah, or of the coming against them of the final hour, all of the sudden, while they perceive not? Say, O Muhammad, this is my way. I invite you, Allah, with sure knowledge, and I, whosoever follows me, and must invite others to Allah in the oneness, and glorify and excel in Allah, and I am not of the mushkin. Wow. Verse 109. And we sent not before you as messengers any but man to whom we revealed from among the people of the townships. Have they not traveled in the land and seen what was the end of those who were before them? And verily the home of the hereafter is the best for those who fear Allah and obey him. Do you not then understand? They were reprieved until when the messengers gave up hope and thought they were denied, then came to them our help, and whomsoever we willed were rescued, and our punishment cannot be warded off from the people of the judgment. Indeed, in our stories there is a lesson for men of understanding it. It is not a forged statement, but a confirmation of which were before, which is the Torah and the Gospel and other scriptures of Allah, and in detailed explanation of everything, and a guide of a mercy for a people who believe. Wow. Alright, yo, that was Surah Yusuf. Alright, that was Surah Yusuf. So that means the next time we're going to do Surah Arad, which is the thunder. Whoa, okay. Awesome. Alright, so we just got finished with Surah Yusuf. Alright, guys. Just to let y'all know, I'm reading this Quran. It's a English translated version. Remember, guys, we're gonna make sure we read this Quran. I don't know how long it's gonna take. Mind you, guys, I'm taking my time with it. So just stay right here. If you want to make sure that I complete the Quran, please, please, please go ahead and subscribe right now. We are gonna finish the Quran. But make sure you subscribe right now. The subscribe button should be yeah, the subscribe button should be over here. But make sure you subscribe down here. And what I do want to say, guys, is that I want you guys to stay safe, okay? I want you guys to stay safe. We're going through a lot of quarantine times right now, so make sure you guys make sure y'all stay safe. With Whaatwaa family, I'm doing well. I'm staying quarantined. I go to work. I keep my mask on when I'm going to work, and I'm just trying my best to, still be, still partake in, family activities, still partake in friends activities, but I'm also trying to make sure I stay safe as well. So remember, always stay covered. This your boy, Mr. Whaatwaa. This your first time on the channel, make sure you go ahead and subscribe and join the Whaatwaa family. Also, before you leave the channel, put a like on this video. Hey guys, it's been proven now, like it's official. Whaatwaa family is the latest family on YouTube, and that's a fact. Anyways, guys, I will see y'all tomorrow, inshallah. So please, if you haven't already, make sure you join the Whaatwaa membership. The link is in the description. Please join the Whaatwaa membership. But other than that, guys, I want y'all to take care. Stay safe. Mashallah. Whaatwaa!